there's many different ways of tasting something, even though the food can be the same. Imagine that one of your friends is giving you some food, or that the same food you found on the street, or the same food you have bought it for 100 euros. It will be tasting exactly the same, but the experience will be totally different. And this is what is talked about in the book that I'm going to discuss in this video, called Why Buddhism Is True. So one of the main concepts that stuck with me from reading this book a few years ago is that our mind is actually created out of different modules, and that these modules will be triggered by different emotions. And this is something that I found really valuable and a good tool when you're discussing something with someone, or you're angry and you just realize that this is only a part of you. For example, in these like situations where you're in a difficult relationship and you have all these double feelings, like you don't want to be with him or her, or you want to be with him or her at the same time. And this is very easy to explain when we just realize that our mind is made up of all these different modules, and these are all triggered by different emotions. And it also goes together with the idea, what I've noticed, that there's so much inside of us, but it just needs to be triggered by our environment. And you might be noticing this as well, like you're picking up a project and all of a sudden you realize, you're remembering, wait, I used to be this entrepreneurial type and I forgot all about it, but it's already inside of you. It just needs to be triggered. They talk about the default mode network. This is the thoughts that you are having when you are washing the dishes, or when you are showering, or you're on the bike, or you are showering on a bike like we always do in the Netherlands. And these thoughts are just racing through your mind the whole day long. And this is your default mode network. But what happens when you are actually noticing that it's at work? You snap out of it, and this is part of meditation. It's just taking away the power from this default mode network. So another part that I found interesting in this book is that he talks about, what if you could design a creature? What if you would be God? And you're only interested in making it in a way that it will want to be reproducing, so it wants to spread its genes. You are not going to make it in a way that it will be always happy, because you just want to make it in a way that it's going to be looking forward to the next award or reward. And you don't want it to remember the fact that this feeling doesn't last forever, or that you don't even want to remember him what it will be feeling afterwards. So these were the few takeaways that I found from this book. Our mind is all made out of modules. We have the default mode network that's constantly running around, and when we focus on it, we just take away a little bit of power. The way that we experience anything really changes just by what we think of it, like the food that I talked about at the beginning. And also, we are not created to be happy forever, because that would be a really bad survival mechanism. Also, this is even more important to remember in our current day life, because we are made for a situation of 200,000 years ago, not for modern life. So this already shows that the emotions that we are having right now don't match up with the environment. So we should be even more aware of what's happening inside of us. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next book club video.